it's just never good when I try to hurry. I just need to stop doing it. I mean, my intention is I don't want to make you watch a bazillion videos, so I'm always trying to move through as efficiently as possible and make sure I'm clear on everything. But man, when I start feeling that pressure of trying to get this video done, combined with the pressure of not trying to create another video, it's bad news. And we just had this in my house. I built some shelves in my basement in the storage room, and they just were not, they were wobbly because they weren't secured to the wall. There was no wall to secure them to. And so I built them just freestanding, and they were just a little wobbly. I didn't like it. And so my son had helped me, and my wife was helping me as I was building these shelves, and I just don't like them. And my son was like, "What are you going to do? Take them down?" I was like, "Yes, exactly. That's what I'm going to do." My mom told me since I was young, if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. And so if we're going to do it, let's do it right. So I took down the shelves. I framed in some walls. I put the shelves back up. We nailed them into the wall, and now it is very steady and good. And so same thing here. Let's do this right. So I was hustling at the end. I was trying to grab this address, 5173. And so I'll show you. So it was close, 5273. So I say as long as it's coming from 5173, we're okay with it. So we save all this. I'm going to do a save all. This is important in both of these, both in React and .NET, to be constantly doing save alls as we make changes. I'll stop it from running. We'll do a .NET fun again. Don't really type fun. And then we'll get this server up and running. Okay, so that's our address, 5276. Oh, I almost did it. And then we go to the website. That's where we're running from. And so 5276 was our address over here. Water, all projects. We click on that. We are getting data, so that's good. And now, when we go back into VS Code and we say npm run dev, we load this up, and sure enough, we get some data. And so this is what we're shooting for. Now, you can make it so much easier on yourself by making it more predictable by changing the ports. And so we did that. We went into the TS config. Let's see, remind myself of which one it actually is. Not TS config, but Vite config. And in here, we can say, after the plugins entry, we can say server : and then we can say the port we want to use is 3000. Now, obviously, we can change this later on when we go into production, but while I'm testing, to be able to have predictable ports sure makes our life a lot easier. I'm getting a ton of these little errors where it's not. I think I'm going to run this command again, where we connected in Bootstrap and Lint. There's just ESLint. There's just some funny stuff going on. So as we're trying to make these shelves right, I want to run this one more time. So I'm going to say npm install save dev ESLint prettier ESLint. I don't have this memorized, by the way. I just scrolled up in my notes. Prettier space ESLint plugin prettier. I just feel like we're getting a lot more errors than normal with our formatting. So I want to make sure we've got this connected in right and these two are working well together. We did this before we made the entry in our ESLint config file, and so I wonder if we needed to do this, adding these lines in first and then run this command, if that makes a difference. Okay, so we've changed the port here in the Visual Studio Code side, on the React side, but on the .NET side, do you remember how to do it? So in the properties folder, there's a launch settings.json, and it has some different profiles. And what we did was we just took out this HTTP profile and made a different profile that's going to account for both HTTP and HTTPS. And I'll just call this my default profile. And I'm going to say, look, if we're running an HTTPS, let's use the port 5000. If we're running in the local host, let's use the port 4000. And that way, and I'll save this, that way we know which ports we're coming from. Now, as it turns out, it's going to be using HTTPS because we have this statement saying use HTTPS redirection. If we don't want to use HTTPS, let's take out that statement. And now I know which ports. I don't have to go look them up. I don't have to guess. I just know that, look, if we're going to get a request from port 3000 because that's what we set it to. Save that. And on the on the VS Code side with React, then in our app or our project, I'm getting lost now, project list.tsx afternoon. Here we can change our port because we know if it's HTTPS, it's going to be coming in on port 5000. All right, so let's get that server up and running again. .NET run IE fun. We've got our server up and running. It's on both 5000 for HTTPS and 4000 for HTTP. The server's up and running. Let's go over to the React side, npm run dev. All right. No data. That was from before. Let me do this again. Okay, no data. Interesting. Let me try changing it. Oh, let's make sure my address is right. 5000 water all projects. That's right. And if I follow the link, it is getting data. What did I change my port to? 3000. Oh. No, I did it over here. With origins, localhost 3000. Okay, interesting. Well, let's do this. I'm going to do a save all. I'm going to stop this from running. We're going to restart it, .NET Fun. Now I'm going to type it wrong every time now. .NET Run. We are getting these links set up correctly. Project list is going to call 5000 for HTTPS, which is right. We are getting data there. So let's do another. So let's close out of that. Oh, did I do a save all in here? I bet you I didn't. Save all here. Getting killed by the save all. Classic mistake. Let's try it. npm run dev. It is 5:01, and if you're wondering what time it is when I'm recording this video. Okay. We didn't really address this too much last time because we were trying to hurry. It is so nice when the data actually comes up. It's so nice, and now we have all these projects listed from the database. We made that happen. This program didn't exist a minute ago, but through our efforts, we've written some code, and now it actually is doing something. All right, well, that was a lot. But hopefully I'm glad we did this last video to kind of go in and, with some more time, tie up these loose ends and make sure everything's set up right so that we're ready to go from here. Everything we've done to this point in the video, we've done before in previous videos. What we're going to do now is turn off the paved road onto the dirt road and go on a little adventure together as we work through some of the different features in both .NET and React to make this website be what it needs to be. And so we'll look forward to that, and I will promise you that I will not be recording in the afternoon again anytime soon. Okay, Spencer out.